The night was eerily silent as I trudged through the dense undergrowth of the forest. Moonlight barely penetrated the thick canopy above, casting shifting shadows that played tricks on my mind. I had no business being here so late, but curiosity and a strange tug at my soul had drawn me in. The rumors of strange occurrences in these woods were whispered across town. Lights that hovered above the trees, unexplainable sounds, and a presence that sent chills down the bravest spines. Tonight I intended to find out the truth. As I moved deeper into the forest, the silence grew heavier, pressing against my ears. My flashlight's beam flickered, casting momentary darkness before stabilizing again. It was then I heard it, a faint hum, melodic yet otherworldly. It seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere, vibrating through the ground and into my bones. I stopped in my tracks, heart pounding. "Hello," I called out, my voice trembling despite my effort to sound confident. There was no reply, only the persistent hum, growing louder. Following the sound, I stumbled into a clearing bathed in a soft, ethereal light. My breath caught as I saw her. Standing in the center of the clearing was a woman unlike anyone I had ever seen. Her skin shimmered faintly, a pale silver that seemed to reflect the light around her. Her eyes were large and luminous, a deep violet that seemed to peer straight into my soul. She wore a flowing garment that shifted colors like oil on water, and her hair cascaded in waves of silver and lavender. For a moment, I was frozen, caught between awe and fear. She turned her gaze to me, and I felt an inexplicable calm wash over me. When she spoke, her voice was like music, carrying an accent I couldn't place, but understood perfectly. "You are not meant to be here," she said, her tone neither accusatory nor welcoming, but simply stating a fact. Who are you?" I stammered, taking an involuntary step closer. She tilted her head, studying me as if deciding whether to answer. "My name would not mean much to you," she said finally, "but you may call me Lyra." I nodded, swallowing hard. "Lyra, what are you doing here?" Her lips curved into a small, enigmatic smile. "The question, I believe, is what you are doing here. This forest is a crossroads, a place where realms meet. Few humans find their way here." Her words sent a shiver down my spine. "Realms? Are you saying you're not from here?" She didn't answer immediately, her gaze drifting upward toward the sky. "I come from a place far beyond your comprehension, a world your kind has only begun to imagine." The realization hit me like a thunderbolt. "You're an alien?" Lyra's smile deepened, a hint of amusement in her eyes. "If that is how you wish to perceive it." I felt a rush of questions bubbling to the surface, but one overrode them all. "Why are you here?" Her expression grew somber. "I am a traveler, a seeker of knowledge. But my presence here is not entirely by choice." "Are you stranded?" I asked, the thought of an alien being stuck on Earth both thrilling and terrifying. Lyra hesitated before nodding. "My vessel was damaged, and I have been waiting for the convergence of energies to repair it. That moment is near." The hum I had heard earlier intensified, and the air around us seemed to vibrate. Lyra raised a hand, and the light in the clearing grew brighter, revealing a strange structure partially hidden by the trees. It was sleek and metallic, yet organic in its design, as if grown rather than built. Symbols I couldn't decipher glowed faintly along its surface. "Is that your ship?" I asked, unable to hide the awe in my voice. She nodded. "It is nearly ready, but there is something I must do before I leave." "What's that?" Lyra's gaze fixed on me, and for the first time, I saw a flicker of vulnerability in her eyes. "I must erase your memory of this encounter." The words hit me like a blow. "What? Why?" "For your safety and mine," she said gently. The knowledge of my existence would bring you danger, and your world is not ready for what I represent. Panic surged through me. But you can't. I want to remember. I want to understand. Lyra stepped closer, and I felt the warmth of her presence. I wish it could be otherwise, she said softly, but the consequences would be too great. Wait, I said desperately. Just tell me one thing. Why did I feel drawn to this place? It was like something was calling me. She studied me for a long moment before answering. Because you and I are connected. My heart raced. What do you mean? Long ago, before your species evolved to what it is now, we visited this planet and left a fragment of ourselves within the life forms here. You carry a piece of that within you. It is rare, but it is there. That is why you could sense me. The revelation left me speechless. Lyra raised her hand, and a soft glow enveloped me. This is not goodbye, she said, her voice a soothing melody. One day, when your world is ready, we will meet again. The light grew brighter, and my vision blurred. I tried to hold on to her image, her words, but they began to slip away like sand through my fingers. The last thing I saw was her serene smile and the shimmering light of her ship ascending into the sky. When I woke up, I was lying at the edge of the forest, the first rays of dawn breaking through the trees. My flashlight was beside me, its battery inexplicably drained. For a moment, I thought it had all been a dream, but then I noticed something clutched in my hand, a small, iridescent crystal that pulsed faintly with a light of its own. I never spoke of that night to anyone, but I kept the crystal, a silent reminder of a meeting that defied explanation, and a promise of a future where the impossible might just become reality. Over the years, the crystal became a talisman of sorts, a source of quiet strength in times of doubt. I pursued a career in astrophysics, driven by a yearning to understand the cosmos and the mysteries it held. The encounter with Lyra remained a buried memory, a secret I guarded even from myself, yet it influenced every decision I made. Decades later, humanity took its first tentative steps toward the stars. Our technology had advanced, and with it, our understanding of the universe. On the day we received our first confirmed signal from an intelligent civilization, I felt an overwhelming sense of déjà vu. The signal was a series of harmonic pulses, eerily reminiscent of the hum I had heard that night in the forest. As the world celebrated, I stood alone, clutching the now-dim crystal. I knew, without a doubt, that the signal had come from Lyra's world, and in that moment, I understood her parting words. This was not goodbye. It was only the beginning.